back again. So today we will be starting our new chapter, which is chapter 3, playing with numbers. In today's video, we will be covering the section 3.1, which is introduction, and the section 3.2, which is factors and multiples. We will be taking all of them in great detail, and we will also be taking some examples from book to understand them better. Before we start our video, I just want to say one thing. If you are enjoying my previous video, don't forget to like and subscribe on my channel and also share those videos. Now, let's start this. Chapter 3, playing with numbers. So our agenda for today will be completing the section 3.1, introduction, and the section 3.2, factors and multiples. Today, we will be learning about factors and multiples. It's a really easy and interesting topic. So let's get going. First, we will learn about factors. So what is factor? A factor is a list of numbers, each one of which can divide a certain number without leaving a remainder. Are you confused? Let me explain this to you. So what does this mean? This means that if you divide one number by another number and the remainder is 0, which means no remainder, the number you divided it with is the factor of the other number. Let's take this by some examples. Our first example is 50. So whenever you need to take out factor of any number, your first two factors will be 1 and the number itself. So here 1 and 50 in this case, but if you have another number, let's suppose 30. So 1 and 30 will be the first two factors which you will list down. Here we got 1 and 50, and what are the other factors of 50? Let's see. It is 2, 5, 10 and 25. How? Let me explain it to you. So here, if we want to divide 2 by 50, what do we get? First, we'll put 2 in our quotient, then 4, we get 1, we put our 0, 5. Here, when we divided 2 by 50, it did not leave any remainder. Means 2 is a factor of 50. Similarly, 5 is also a factor of 50. Because if we want to multiply 50 by 5, we can multiply it by 10. 5 into 10 equals 50. So 5 is a factor of 50. So is 10. 10 into 5 equals 50. 25 into 2 equals 50. Let's take another example. So our first two factors will be 1 and 20, the number itself. And the rest of them are 2, 4, 5 and 10. When we divide 20 by these numbers, no remainder is left. Thus, they are the factor of 20. Now, let's take some book examples. Here, which one should we take? 15 looks like an interesting number. Let's take this. So I told you, whenever we do this, whenever we need to take out a factor of any number, the first two factors will be 1 and the number itself. What are the rest of the factors? I know you know that it's 3 and 5. Because 3 5s are 15, or vice versa, it's 5 3s are 15. It's the same thing. We should take another example for a better understanding. Let's take 23. It looks really interesting. So here we got 23. I told you, whenever we need to take out a factor of any number, 1 and the number itself is the first two factors which you list down. What are the other factors? Do you know? Well, these are the only factors actually. So the numbers which have 1 and the number itself as their factors are known as prime numbers. So 23 here is a prime number because it does not have any more factor other than 1 and the number itself, which is 23. Let's revise what we just learned. We learned that 1 is a factor of every number. Every number is a factor of itself. Every number except for 1 has at least 2 factors, 1 and the number itself. I'm sure you remember this because we just learned this in the previous slide, that 1 is a factor of every number because every number comes in the table of 1. Every number is a factor of itself because every number can divide itself without leaving any remainder. Every number except 1 has at least 2 factors, 1 and the number itself. 1 does not have 2 factors. It only has 1 factor, and that is the number itself. If a number has only 2 factors, that is 1 and the number itself, such numbers are known as prime numbers. Factors of a number is always smaller or equal to the number. So factors can never be bigger than the original number itself. They have to be always smaller or equal to the number. Now let's see what are multiples. A multiple is a number obtained by multiplication of any two numbers. So what does this mean? It means that when you multiply any two numbers, you get a multiple of a certain number. Such as if you multiply 3 by 2, you get 6. So 6 is a multiple of 3. Let's understand this by some examples. Here we have 5 into any number equals a multiple of 5. What does this mean? Let's see. So what are the multiple of 5? The multiples of 5 are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. How? If we multiply 5 by 1, 5 by 2, 5 by 3, 5 by 4, 5 by 5, we get all these numbers. So these are the multiples of 5. Which means that 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 are the multiples of 5. Not only this, if you multiply 5 by any number, it is not supposed to be sequential. You can multiply it by any number. It will still remain a multiple of 5. Let's see how. So here we have another number which is 12. And now we will multiply it by other number except for the sequential order. So first let's start with 2. 12 into 2 equals 24. 12 into 7 equals 84. So as you see, I'm not going sequentially. I just picked any random number and multiplied it by 12. Still, it is the factor of 12. 12 into 12 equals 144. 12 into 20 equals 240, and 12 into 100 equals 1200. So all these numbers are the multiples of 12. Let's take some exercises from the book. Let's choose the first number, 5. Have you noticed we have already done this here? Let's take another example. 8 looks good. So here we see that 8 into 1 equals 8. This is the sequential manner, but it's not necessary to use a sequential manner. You can use any form you want. So 8 into 1 equals 8. 8 into 2 equals 16. 8 into 3 equals 24. 8 into 4 equals 32. And 8 into 5 equals 40. So you must be thinking why I just gave the first 5 multiples. Because this is the question. Write the first 5 multiples of 8, 5, or 9, whatever. It's the same thing. So I wrote the first 5 multiples. Now, not to be confused, it's saying the first 5, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't mean that you can pick any number. Here, it's particularly saying the first 5. I hope you have understood this much. This is a remember slide for what we just learned. Every number is a multiple of 1. Every number is a multiple of itself. Any number can have infinite multiples but not factors. So any number can have infinite multiples, such as if you divide 8 by 100, 200, 50,000, lakh, it will still remain a multiple of 8. But we cannot have infinite factors. Every multiple of a number is greater or equal to than the number. So what does this mean? This means that multiples are always greater than the original number or equal to them. So, in a nutshell, if I take it, multiples are the table of any number. As we just saw, 5 1 to 5, 5 to the this, 5 3 to this. So, in a nutshell, that multiples are table of any number. So here I've made a comparison. This is factors versus multiples to understand it better. So here I've took a number and then we list down their factors and multiples both at the same time. Let's list down the factors first. Sorry about that. So the factors, I told you that the first two factors that you will list down is the 1 and the number itself. And the rest of the factors are 3, 5, 9 and 15 because they divide 45 without leaving any remainder. Now let's see what are the multiples of 45. The multiples of 45 are, these are the first 5 multiples, means 45 into 1 equals 45, 45 into 2 equals 90, 45 into 3 equals 135, 45 into 4 equals 180, and 45 into 5 equals 225. I hope you have understood this. Let's take another example. We will take 76 for our other example. So what are the factors of 76? The factors of 76 are 1 and the number itself. The first two factors you will list down is 1 and the number itself. After that, you will list down any other factors. So it will be 1, 2, 4, 19, 38 and 76 because all these numbers divide 76 without leaving any remainder. Now let's see what are the multiples. 76 into 1, 76, 76 into 2, 152, 76 into 3, 228, which we read it as 228, 76 into 4, 304, 76 into 5, 380. That was all it. I hope you understood factors and multiples better. In the next video, we will be covering our section 3.3 and in that section, we will be learning about prime and composite number. So I'll see you in my next video. Till then, don't forget to like and subscribe and also share my videos. Bye!